Hi, everyone. Hi from Savannah. This is Siris, and I had this really fun conversation last night that I've been sitting with throughout this morning, and I wanted to let you all know a little bit about some of the awarenesses I got. I titled this to my fellow kinky friends. I have a lot of kinksters as friends, and some people are like, "What word are you saying? What's that word?" So I put it in there. It's Kink. Because yeah, I'm really fortunate to have a lot of friends that, be it they label themselves as kinky or they just play in the kink worlds. And some people may or may not know this about me, but I've played with a lot of different relationship dynamics, and I've definitely been an active participant in kink communities. A little bit different now that I'm in Georgia, and yet I've gotten so much from my experiences and from the people that I've met in different kink communities all around the world. And part of what I've gotten, and actually, I guess rewind. So when I say kink, for a lot of people, it can mean a lot of different things, and that's definitely the case for me. I don't really put it in any particular box, but just as like a guideline, when I'm saying kink, it's referring to anything that's like not conventional, like unconventional, maybe different and weird, depending on who you're talking to. That's all very subjective, right? Related to sexual behaviors and actions, things that you prefer to do. Maybe you might consider it a fetish, maybe not. And so I've gotten to when I'm traveling the world too, there's events, kink events all over the world. It's pretty awesome. It's a great way to meet people who are very open. Most of them have very few judgments of you. Maybe they're judging themselves, but they're really open to whatever you're interested in. Even if they're not interested in it, they'll literally just say, "That's not my kink, but cool. I'm glad that you are excited about that and that that's lighting you up." So I really loved that. And I loved that I could talk to people who actually valued sexualness, who actually valued having different sexual energies moving through their body, the flirtation, the banter, the play. And depending on which subgroup of the kink community you're interacting with, play can mean a lot of different things too. And for it to be this invitation to really ask a lot more questions, to be very clear about what you like and what you don't like, and also what you're not really sure if you like yet, but you might be open to trying, or you might be open to exploring with somebody. And then you get that awareness of if you like it or not. So it's like, oh, I haven't done that yet. Let me try it. Okay, now I know I like it, or now I know that's not for me, but at least I tried it. I've gotten so many really great new and unexpected experiences from the kink community. I'm so grateful. And I was talking with a fellow kinkster last night, and it was a really great conversation, a type of conversation I haven't really gotten to have in a long time. And part of what was involved in that was one of the things that a lot of times, if you go to a munch or a slosh or a kink event or play party, the first thing people often ask you is, "What are you into?" What are you into? And I remember when the first event I ever pulled myself to go, I was like really nervous, and I was like, okay, but I've been really interested in doing this for a long time. And I was done waiting for whoever I was in a relationship with to be interested in going too. So I was in between relationships, and I was like, I'm just going to go. And I was nervous and excited, and I just got my butt there. It was a munch. It was at a restaurant. And what happened was I was so busy making sure I showed up that I didn't think at all about what I would say, what people would ask me. I just showed up. And so someone asked me, "So what are you into?" And I couldn't come up with anything, even though there was tons of things that I'm into. I just kind of drew a blank. And then it invited me to be more prepared to answer that question when people ask me, and to really continue to be in the question about what is it now, and what if it wasn't about I was interested in before. And they were specifically asking about kink. They were asking if I was into fire play or breath play or there's so many, electro play, spanking, flogging, whatever it is. They were asking all these different things, and some of which at that time I had tried and some of which I hadn't yet. And even if I had tried it, what if it would be really different with that person? And so it's like, oh, this is a certain experience I had before, but what if that didn't actually guide what I was willing to choose in that moment with that person? Because you're kind of creating something different with each interaction, with each dyad or triad or however many people are involved in the play, in the scene. And so I was talking to this person and I was like, wow, it's so refreshing to be speaking with someone that's so direct and that's so clear about what they're into and what brings them joy and what they like. And it ended up being more than kink. I asked, well, what else do you like that lights you up, that brings you joy outside of the kink community, outside of play and scenes and things like that? But one of the things that I'm so grateful for in my interactions with the kink community is that it really set this platform for me to have these discussions about adventure and play and exploration and discovery in all areas of my life, and not just with kink. It's like I'm constantly looking at, well, what else can I play? What else can I choose? What else can I try out? And that's with everything, with travel, with business, with relationships. It's like, okay, and what else? And what else? And what else? And that I already had some of that before I publicly was going into the kink community and attending events and having different play partners. And it just ramped it up even more. It's like, oh, this is something else that other people are choosing, and that I'm not the only weird and different one that actually likes being happy and likes playing and likes having new experiences. What? So super grateful for that. Now, the other piece that I haven't been having to deal with, because I haven't had conversations in like this particular conversation in a while, was this whole piece of meeting other people's needs. The person I was talking to yesterday, the gentleman I was speaking with, he was very much really trying to know what I enjoyed, to see if I could actually meet see if he could actually meet those needs or not. And I don't really function that way anymore. Like, I'm not always trying to meet everyone's needs and make everyone else happy. And I know that that's not all that he was doing. It came from a place of caring, but it gave me this aha moment to really acknowledge what's shifted in me and what's changed, where I'm not immediately trying to make everyone else comfortable and everyone else happy, and at the expense of my own comfort and happiness. So I'd love it when people are happy around me. Oh my gosh, yay, you're happy. Welcome to the party. Let's have fun. And if you're not happy, I don't need to make myself miserable to join you in your misery and in your unhappiness, in your sadness and depression, which is what I used to do. And so I was seeing him asking these questions and listening to him, and I was just like, what's here? What's here? And how many of us are actually using a lot of our time when we're asking questions of people, when we're trying to understand them, so that we can see if we can meet their needs, that we can help them, we could be of value to them, instead of just knowing you're already valuable. You showing up, you being here is already awesome. And then asking questions like, well, how much fun can we have together? And what can we create together? And what's possible here that maybe I've never even considered before? Because that's the other thing I loved about playing with Kinksters, or you just having conversations with people about romance and relationships and sex and dynamics and bodies and play, was, gosh, well, what else is possible here that I haven't even considered? Like, I've done things that if you had told me when I was first dating that I would try out, I would have been like, get out of here, no way. And now I'm like, oh my gosh, that was so much fun. Oh my gosh, that was so great. Let's have more of that. And that's the tricky part is I know that a lot of my friends, when they're having those initial conversations covering the basics with people, hey, what are you into? They may be focusing so much on the logistics and on the how are our kinks or our interests or our preferences, are they going to meld, that they might be forgetting to look at, well, what else could we create together? What else can we receive from each other? What else is possible here with this person that may not even be about kink or maybe about kink and something else? And that's what I'm looking at more and more. I'm like, wow, I'm really looking at those questions. And at the same time, how cool is it when someone is actually willing to be so aware of themselves and be so aware of you that they could anticipate your needs, that they could invite you to something else that maybe you haven't considered. And so it depends on what you're doing with those questions. Like, what's the purpose of some of those questions? Is it for awareness? Is it to try to fit yourself into this person's world, into their need box so that you can make sure that you're valuable and they don't leave you or something like that? Or is it for fun? And is it for play? And is it for really considering infinite possibilities with kink, with life, with living, with fun, with exploration? So just some ideas, just some things that I've been looking at with this. I'm wondering, what if we could all be kinky, as in different, as in bizarre and unconventional, our way? So what would being kinky your way look like and be like for you? Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye.